Hey everybody, it's Melissa and we're talking about fragrances that are gonna make people wanna devour you, they're gonna wanna eat you, because all of these are gourmand scents, and that basically means that when people smell them, they're gonna wanna lick you, gonna wanna eat you. It's really gonna trigger those salivary glands like crazy. As always, discount codes, discount link for these fragrances if you wanna save in the comment section below, but of course, buy a sample first and buy where you feel the most comfortable. All right, the very first fragrance I have to mention is Veni by Day 3. I finally have the fragrance bottle in my collection. I know I've just been showing you guys the samples, but this thing is a banger. Let me just show you this. Check out the sprayer on this. I don't know if you could see how far it shot out. I think it went out of camera reach, but this thing is no joke when it comes to the atomizer. It's pressurized, it's really nice, but smell-wise, two things: mango and sugarcane. When people typically hear sugarcane, they assume, okay, it's gonna be a sugary scent, something really sweet, dessert-like, kind of what we know with processed sugar, right? But sugarcane is more of this green, almost like earthy smell. That smells really, really good in my room right now. And the mango is realistic. So the place Veni is in the Dominican Republic. This is a Dominican brand, by the way. And Veni is known to be the place where the mangoes are basically the juiciest in the world. All right. So whenever I smell this fragrance, it takes me back to when I would go to the Philippines and then my nana would cut a fresh mango. She would literally take out a mango from her fruit tree, her mango tree, and then she would cut it, right? Take out the seed. I would still eat around the seed, but she would give it to me when I was a kid. She would kind of do like a tic-tac-toe thing. And then when she would basically put it inside out, it looked like a flower, or I would call it the porcupine. And then I would just go like dive in like face first, just eating that thing. And it smells like that to me. So a lot of memories kind of associated when I would eat very fresh, refreshing, ripe, sweet mango. That's what I get when I smell something like Veni, when I smell Veni in general. Because whenever I've smelled other mango fragrances, they always kind of smell a bit synthetic. And to me, that's very off-putting. So the fact that this is realistic, like right now, I'm not even joking, I'm starting to salivate just because it just smells so real. It smells so good. And this performs amazingly. So it definitely lasts over 12 hours with one spray alone. I mean, you guys saw the one spray, right? And that's on skin. If you do more than one spray, it'll probably be on you for a couple days. You're going to try to scrub it off, and it's still going to be lingering on you. So the performance here is absolutely no joke. The scent trail is one of my favorite things about this fragrance, because when I first met the owner of this brand, and by the way, this is not a sponsored video, y'all. This is not sponsored. But when I met the owner, she was wearing Veni, and I only smelled this at Scent Explorer in New York on a test strip, right? But I smelled it on her. And before, Veni wasn't really my favorite fragrance. But the second I smelled it on her, I was like, oh my God. She's wearing, like, that smells so good. And it was just probably maybe more than an arm's length for sure of projection, maybe even an arm's length and a half, close to 2. But it was so pleasant. And I remember I applied this fragrance on a hoodie that I was wearing. And literally for the next couple days that I was in Arizona, it just smelled like Veni. And it's so delicious. And it really is a huge compliment getting fragrance. When people smell this on you, it's very unique because, for one, you have to put it into perspective of the real world, and a majority of people are not even wearing fragrances to start, right? Let alone a niche fragrance, let alone a niche fragrance. Because when people think niche, they think Le Labo, MFK, Creed, maybe Parfums de Marly now. But this brand, Day 3, is a new brand, basically. And they really came out swinging with a lot of their fragrances. Do I like everything they have? No. This is my favorite one. But each of them are so unique. And this one is for sure a fragrance that's going to make you stand out. Because if that's what you're looking for in your collection, that, okay, you have your versatile scent, but you want something that, okay, when it's time to pull out the big guns, you throw on Veni. You know, so if you're going to wear this, I would recommend wearing it when the sun goes down. You can wear it all seasons, but during the summertime, don't wear it when the sun is just blasting on you. In the spring, you can absolutely pull this off. Winter, fall 24/7 in those sort of seasons, because it really has, it has the strength, it has the performance, it has the push. And the closer people get to you when they smell this, the better it gets. And on top of that, it really does have the head turning reaction. You know, so if you wear this on a date, it's just so, it's yummy, it's delicious. Whether you're a guy or a girl, it's a unisex fragrance. And this is something that I loved wearing on myself, but if I smelled this on somebody else, I go, oh dang. Like they know fragrances, they smell so good. So, and on top of that, y'all, the performance, not the performance, the price tag on this fragrance is like $140 retail. It's priced like a designer scent. This is the 50 ml, by the way. I think the 100 ml is probably going to be $200, right? But honestly, very reasonably priced for how this fragrance is. And I do have a discount code for this, Melissa, for 15% off if you want to take an extra 15% off your full bottle orders. That's only applied for orders over $100. But you guys buy wherever you want. If you want to buy retail, go buy it for retail. If you don't want to support, just know that that is an affiliate code. So if you do make a purchase off that, I get a slight bit of commission, just to be transparent with y'all. I'm not trying to sneak that in there. You buy wherever you want. But this is by far my favorite fragrance from this brand, followed by Philosophia. So I should actually do an individual review of this now that I have it in my collection. But I promise you, you wear this scent, and even if you yourself might not be the craziest about it when you have a sample of it, people around you are going to love on it. And you're going to go, oh, shoot, okay. This thing it's just so attractive. And like, it's, you know, like what mango does to people. You know, mango is that type of fruit that it's commonly known, but it's still exotic enough where when people see, oh, that's like a mango drink. Ooh, that's a mango smelling fragrance. Like, it just really, it's very attractive to a lot of people. So it's just so good. It's sexy. It just makes people want to take a bite out of you. That's what it does. Okay. Next fragrance I'm putting on this list is Tobacco Veni by Tom Ford. I don't know how many people would consider this a gourmand, but I sure do. So Tobacco Veni is it smells like a chai latte and gingerbread cookies. Very Christmassy, very holiday-esque, very much reminiscent of, oh, it's really cold outside, let's snuggle, let's get cozy, let's get comfortable. And I find this to be a pretty polarizing fragrance, because when you think of chai, when you think of gingerbread, these aren't two things that 99% of people are like, oh, I love that, right? When people hear it, you're either going to hear two sides. You love it or you hate it. You know, very different from mango, where majority of people like mango in general. With chai, with gingerbread, very split reactions. But the people that love it really love on it. There's a reason why Tobacco Veni is probably the most popular private blend Tom Ford fragrance. And maybe also because, you know, a lot more celebrities have been found to be wearing this fragrance, so that adds to the appeal of, you know, people wanting to smell like their favorite celebrity. But it's just, this to me is definitely more of that nighttime scent. And it's still unique within its own right, because of what I said in the beginning, y'all, that you have to really put it into perspective of the real world. If you're hearing a lot of videos and you're seeing this in a lot of videos, that does not mean that Tobacco Veni is so popular and every single person wears it, because people don't even wear designer fragrances. Like, every single person around you is not going to be wearing designer fragrances in the way that you might think when you're watching YouTube videos or TikToks. So just make sure that you have that in your mind. But try this for free at Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom. I think Bloomingdale's will have it. See how it is on your skin. But a very delicious fragrance that smells better to me when you're a bit more dressed up. So unisex as well, by the way. Okay, next up, we have Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. I've been riding so hard for this fragrance ever since I tried it. It smells like sweet pineapple. I still love this scent. I still love this scent. It really does linger in the air. Over 12 hours of performance. Actually, everything I've talked about so far will last over 12 hours. I think the strongest is probably Bonnie, followed by Lamar, and then Tobacco Veni, in terms of also like projection and just noticeability of the fragrance. But that's all I would have to say about this. Sweet pineapple. Truly. I think when I saw the price tag on this, With Tom Ford's, it was $250 retail. With Lamar, I remember seeing it for $220, but that was a while ago. So I'm not sure. You guys could always just check the prices, but I wanted to see if I can give you a general idea of what to look for with it. But I think you can find it for under 200. I wouldn't be surprised, like on discount sites and stuff like that. But it's unisex fragrance. I would prefer to smell this on women, honestly, but I do know a lot of my male followers enjoy wearing Lamar, and this is one of those fragrances, as for all of these I've talked about, to be honest, that if you buy it and you're living with your significant other, they're also going to want to throw that on, and it'll be the couple's fragrance, you know, and you guys are just going to stunt and smell amazing with it. So really, really great. If you like pineapple, sweet pineapple, you go for this one. Okay, the next fragrance I'm going to mention is Altier by Parfums de Marly. So this scent I wouldn't wear, but I would love to smell it on somebody else. Like this specific, I would honestly prefer to smell this on a woman. I know it's marketed in the masculine, as a masculine fragrance, but for me, whenever I smell a Gourmand, typically my mind, it just goes to something more feminine, but that's again, me personally, that does not mean that, you know, guys can't wear it. Of course they can. You could be a guy, you wear this, smell like a cinnamon cookie, you're gonna smell great. But I do see this as more of like a fall fragrance. Yeah. That's what I get from this. It's just a cinnamon cookie. Dang. Yeah, this is a good scent. This is a good scent. I wish that it would be cooler where I lived. When I say cooler, I mean like weather-wise, because I would be able to actually try these fragrances a lot more. But because it's warmer, I tend to stick to the freshies instead. But Altier is, I think, one of the newest Parfums de Marly releases. I think the newest one was Perseus, at least since the date of this video right now. But this one is, it's so highly sought after for a really, really good reason. A lot of people love those gourmands. A lot of people want to be wrapped up in warmth. They want to smell like cookies. They want to smell just desirable, and they want to smell edible, you know? And this is a good way to do it with this fragrance right here. In terms of performance, I do get over 8 hours with Altier, but I do find it to be pretty moderate with projection. It doesn't have the scent trail that Lamar has, that the first three that I mentioned have, but it's more of that intimate scent. So don't expect, at least, that it's on you, that all of a sudden it's gonna fill the room, and unless you're doing, of course, 5 sprays of this, it will be noticeable. But I think for, like, let the fragrance speak for itself. You do not have to overspray the scent in order for it to shine. It will be noticeable to the people you want it to be noticeable to. All right. Next up, we have this fragrance here. I was contemplating on putting this one and the last fragrance on this list, and I'll tell you why. So this one is called Adonis by Aaron Terrence Hughes. And Adonis is kind of a mint chocolatey fragrance. I find this to be more on the masculine side. I think it's marketed as unisex, but I do find this one more masculine. It might not entirely be labeled as a gourmand, but because of that mint chocolatey vibe that I get from it, that it's the first thing that comes to my mind. I do see, if you're a mint lover, if you're like, you know, mint chocolate chip, if you love that, and you're looking for a masculine fragrance, I think you're gonna like Adonis. So this one's a performer for sure. Lasts over 10 hours on skin. Performance is no joke. I wonder, is this an extrait de parfum? I don't know exactly what the concentration is of this fragrance. Oh, it's a parfum. Okay, it was literally right in front of my face. It's a parfum. I wore this fragrance around, it was in between that time of Thanksgiving and Christmas. I only did 2 sprays of it. And this one I would rather smell on somebody else instead of myself. It smelled good, but I'm like, you know what? It's just not me. If you were to wear this to a holiday party, let's say, you know, those ugly sweater things that are actually, the sweaters look really cute, those sort of competitions, and you wear something like Adonis, it'll hit. It'll hit. It's unique. Again, a niche brand. People, I think Aaron Terrence Hughes has a YouTube channel. He's a perfumer, but he also reviews a lot of other fragrances as well. Very intelligent guy in the industry. And he came out swinging with this fragrance right here. So I know a lot of people are haters when it comes to mint chocolate. I love mint chocolate, but again, if you're looking mint chocolate, wearable masculine, yeah, then you go for this one right here. All right, last fragrance that I am putting on this list is called Sangria Oak by Precious Liquid. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Sangria Oak, personally. But the reason I'm putting it on this list, which is why, I mean, look, there's not a dent in this bottle. But the reason I'm putting it on this list is because I have heard a lot of feedback from my followers that bought the sample set of the Precious Liquid limited collection fragrances. And a lot of them love Sangria Oak. And again, these are the niche heads, all right? So these are the people that, like, they got a collection going. There's bottles on bottles on bottles, and there's just like, they're in this hobby, you know? But Sangria Oak, I was like, it's not considered like a dessert gourmand. It smells like sangria, so I was gonna make a boozy fragrance video. I probably will after this. But I was debating, should I put this here? Should I put it in the boozy one? I think I'm gonna put it in both. But if you're looking for that somewhat refreshing fragrance that's gonna make you smell delicious, right? You know how sangrias make people. When you go on those, at like those all-inclusive resorts, and you're in that infinity pool, or you're about to go, like you're about to go to the beach, you get a couple, you know, you're double fisting your drinks, and you got something like your sangria, and you're just sitting on the beach, and life is just great. Like, life is incredible. You're not stressing about anything. That's what Sangria Oak reminds me of. It's just a very refreshing scent. It's kind of like when you go on vacation to reset, right? You're like, okay, I've been doing a lot of stuff with work. I just have to completely relax, enjoy my time here, not worry about having to cook, having to pick anybody up, having to work. I'm literally here to wake up, and then I eat breakfast. I grab some drinks the second the bar is open. I hit the pool. I read. If you want to work out, you do that. You go by the pool. You go by the beach. You play beach volleyball. You surf, snorkel, whatever it is. And then you go eat some more, and then you go drink some more. So that's what Sangria Oak reminds me of. It's just a very relaxed vibe. And there is some oak in this. So if you're looking for, you know, some woodiness to ground the fragrance, if the sangria is kind of too much in the air for you, the oak is a really nice contrast to this scent. So I could see why a lot of my niche head fragrance lovers enjoy this fragrance, and it's probably one of their favorite newer releases from this brand. Yeah, again, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of sangria. That might also be it. Like, the drink itself, it's not going to be my go-to. But for you sangria lovers, it smells like vacation, like expensive vacation, all-inclusive in a bottle is Sangria Oak. All right, so again, y'all, if you want to take a look, discount codes, 15% off, $40 off, all like these fragrances. That information is going to be in the comment section pinned in case you want to support the channel. And I'll have a discount link there for discount sites as well. But always, always, always buy where you feel the most comfortable. And let me know, and let the comment section know what some of your favorite gourmand fragrances are, so that they can shop around. You know what? I'm also going to throw in an extra if you stayed this long. I don't have a bottle of it, but it's from the brand Philosophy. I think it's called Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. That fragrance smells like a sugar cookie. Really good gourmand, but performance is really lackluster. I'm talking about maybe at max a little over an hour. But the smell of it is actually really, really good. So there it is, 7 fragrances that you could wear, or you could have your partner wear, that's just gonna make you smell super desirable, just irresistible, and just delicious, all right? I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye.